Hello everyone, welcome to the first Kids Talk Press Kids Book Club, and I'm super excited that so many parents have joined in and are very keen to watch in spite of the rains, making it perfect to make it a perfect day for a rainy day reads with no internet. I'm glad that people have been joining in from their phones, and we're joined today by Lubaina Bandukwala, who is of course an author and the right introduction for Lubaina would be a children's book enthusiast. I think she just loves books. She loves children's books especially, and I don't think there's anybody who can who can probably do more justice to this topic than her. So thank you so much, Lubaina, for being here. And Big Hangout is going to be really short. Um, we know we have like 15 minutes. Lubaina is going to just take us through a very clearly defined agenda, which is what are the latest books that she's discovered, and for the age groups 4 to 7 and 7 to 10, books that she would recommend for rainy day reads and activity books. If you have any questions, please feel free to just leave in comments below. Ask Lubaina. Also joining us is Vinita Shetty, again a children's book enthusiast, author, and many hats. Hi, Pari.
Hi.
Hey, okay, Lubaina, just
Hi.
Lubaina, why don't you start?
Okay. Hi, and I'm so excited about this because this is just the perfect kind of day for reads, and I'm sure all your kids are at home from school and are saying, "Yeah, yeah, mom, what should I do? What should I do?" Well, you know what? I have the most awesome books, which I think all your kids are gonna love. There's a book, you know. I'm sure when you have children, you wonder whether sometimes they're reluctant readers, sometimes they're voracious readers. The fact is, every kid's a reader if you can find the right book, basically. So I'm going to sort of suggest a whole bunch of books. Uh, First of all, what's new out there? Yeah. So this is just, I can't think of any more perfect rainy day stuff than this. It's called 8 Ways to Draw an Elephant, and it's an activity book. I wish I could just let you download this and do this with your kids today. There are 8 different styles of tribal painting here, and it's a sort of activity book, and the kids will just love. They learn a little bit about folk art, but it's just outlined so they can fully use their imagination and have a great time with this. This is for arty kind of kids. Uh, then this is for kids. This one's called Wings to Fly. It's a new release from Kulika, and it's a beautiful book about you know Malti Ola, who is an athlete who was basically handicapped, but against all odds, became an international athlete. Very well written book. No sort of pandas here, just a beautiful story, and your kids would absolutely love it. Um, this Whimsy, such a sweet book. I mean, this is for again 4-year-olds. It doesn't look Indian at all. It is by one of my favorite publishers, Roddy Doyle. And I must read something for you. It's about two creatures having a competition on who's more whimsical. Okay? So, what is whimsy? She asked. Is it when I wear purple skirts and twirl a yellow parasol and I wear a boot front and back, all pink and laced with red? Mr. Pratt looked at her with piggy eyes. I'm whimsy, he said quite seriously, dabbing at his jam-smeared whiskers and licking his paws. I'm born of a pig that met a rat and fell in love. I mean, how whimsical can that be? So this is another lovely read for 4 to 5-year-olds. Uh, for older kids, okay, now I'm a big fan of whole books. What do you know about those?
I think I've heard of them.
Yeah. Parinita Shetty is also a whole book author. These are early chapter books, and this one is their latest release. It's called Big Bully and Me, because it's about a child who stammers
Okay.
and how he overcomes all the odds to come into his own. A very, very sweet story. Um, yeah, highly recommended. And for older kids, 10 and above, this is a really fun book called Dead as a Dodo. And all of those little children who sort of want to go out and save the world, this is for them, because this is a combination of a tiger, a monkey, and a kid who are these, wildlife protection agents. And they have little cards and, an agency, and they go out and, save species that are going to be extinct. So this is sort of the roundup for the new books for all different age groups. Anybody want to jump in with a question here?
The book that
Yeah.
you're holding up, what publisher is it by?
This is Hachette.
Hashad. And the author?
The author is Vinita Coelho.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've heard it from. Yeah.
She writes.
She's written Tiger by the Tail as well, I
So
think.
that was the first part of it, and the
Okay.
second part is just out, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are. So we have. Uh, I wish I could sort of somehow send these books to your kids at home today, because there are some, for all age groups. Of course, another activity book I just must tell you, this Make Do Be, is something that the kids will find. I mean, endless things to do in this. This is one of those things that mothers should keep at home. Or you're bored here, take it home. Find something to do in here. So this is by Fun OK Please, another great, no, a new release actually, basically. So you tell me, what kind of things do you do on a rainy day with your kids? Anybody? Sachi?
Shachi, you want to take that question because Shachi is actually an avid reader,
Okay.
and her kids read just as much as hers. I think and she has two boys, so getting boys to read is a topic all by itself. So maybe we should ask her that.
Yeah, I've been very lucky though. My boys read as much as we do, and we love to read together. They're
Okay.
now.
Lovely.
Sorry.
No, I mean that's such a lovely thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what has actually inspired them to start reading, is because we started reading together since they were really little,
Okay.
and we all of us really enjoy very, very, very silly books, which have lots and lots of silly sounds.
Yeah.
And we started off with that when they were really young, probably, even as young as 1.5 or 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our favorite books that has actually stayed with us with silly sounds is this
Yeah.
one.
Lovely.
I was just reading this last night.
Yeah, this is Mr. Brown Can Moo, and it's got all. And the best part is that it doesn't matter that they're old now. They're 8 and 10, and we still use these to make all the sounds, and we try to get better at making the sounds. So this book has lived with us for a long, long time.
Okay, so no, go ahead.
So what are your boys reading right now? What are like the 8 to 10-year-old titles that you would recommend to other moms?
So right now
Or
they the 10-year-old is into Harry Potter.
Of course.
Yeah. And
My kids are waving from the back. Yay!
so they're like really into Harry Potter, and my younger one has just, in fact, last couple of days he's picked up the Star Wars books.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Which I haven't read myself, but so he's exploring Star Wars at the moment.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. I don't know, but they've been through the Horrid Henry series and Captain Underpants and all those.
So they will like The Dead as a Dodo.
They would like it. Yeah, when you mentioned it, I have noted it down. I'm sure I'll get that one for them.
What's the right age when you start Harry Potter? Just because my girls are not at that age, and I'm just curious because everybody keeps asking me, is it 7, 8, or
So yeah,
read
just
it
to help you with
independent
that.
is my question.
Yeah, when my younger one was about 7, he did pick up the Harry Potter books, but they were a bit much for him, I think.
Yeah.
So he labored through the first one.
Okay.
Third grade
So
is usually the advanced readers.
reading it to them, is it?
No, he has been an independent reader for a long time. He started off early, so he was
Okay.
trying to read Harry Potter on his own, but it didn't work out. So we'll wait another year till he can start.
Okay, so
Okay. Have your girls read Harry Potter?
sorry, I wanted to, coming back to a read aloud book with funny sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so happy you mentioned that, because one of the most lovely things to do is, I mean, I read aloud with my kids basically. And I have just this perfect book for reading aloud. This one's called This Book Has No Pictures. And
Oh.
it's a really fun book. Have you tried it?
No.
It's all kids.
So you have to just open it and say
Okay.
this book has no pictures, basically. This is a book without pictures. It might seem like no fun to have someone read to you a book with no pictures. It probably seems boring and serious, except here's how the book works. Everything the words say, the person reading has to say, no matter what. That's the rule. So, blorp, blurf. So the kids are gonna just love. Wait a second, what? This isn't the kind of book I wanted to read. Uh-oh, I'm a monkey who taught myself to read. So it goes on that way, and it's a really, I mean, according to me, a lovely rainy day read, basically. So if there are other moms who still read around to their kids, I mean, check this out, the book with no pictures, basically. And then, of all the things, I found the funnest little haunted house book. So I think that it's a lovely way to read scary stories. And this one is a lovely read aloud because it has a lot of atmosphere. It's called Tuck Tuck, and it's by Sumitra Ranade. And it's about this guy, who ends up spending the night in what is a haunted house. So that's a great book to read aloud to kids, basically. So so these are the two read alouds. Do you kids do a lot of activities on rainy days? Should I check out some activity books?
Yeah, while you're doing that, Pari, you work with a lot of children's books, right? Which are the ones that you would recommend in the 4 to 7 space and in the 7 to 10 space?
So I just started a reading program in a school, and which is a school that comes where not too many kids read. So I want them to get excited about reading. So and activities I think help superbly. And even with where I work at Kahani Tree, we do activities on a Sunday around books like treasure hunts and art and craft, and the kids get really excited about it. So unfortunately, I don't have copies of the book because the rain has stopped me from going to the office where all the books are. But I'm going to give you titles and I'm going to send you links. So the first book, which is from the 4 to 7 age group, is Leonardo, the Terrible Monster. It's by Mo Williams. I think, yes, Lubaina has it. Okay, so I gifted it to her because I gifted to everyone. I love the book so much. It's about this monster who is really terrible at doing what monsters are supposed to be doing, which is scaring children. So he's terrible at it and he feels terrible about it, and he wants to find the world's most scared kid so that he can scare the tuna salad out of him, which is what he says, and because he can't scare anybody else. And he does find him and he does scare him, but that's not how the story ends. So the book is also very nice to talk about fear and failure and friendship. But a fun activity for that would be, after you read out, I thought I did this when my book came out, which is take these stones, you know, the stones that you get in gardens, which is rocks, and I send a link to that as well, and basically make rock monsters. So you paint them with acrylic paints and colorful ones, and you draw a mouth and draw teeth and paint in teeth and put googly eyes, maybe 1 or maybe 3 or 4, how many ever eyes your monster has, and make a collection of these rock monsters. So either you can keep the collection at home, Or what would be more fun would be to let the monsters loose out in the world, which is take your kid out for a walk and leave them either in your housing society or in the neighborhood for someone to find a rock monster in their day, which would be fun, I think, for the kids. And another book for the 7 to 10-year age bracket is a book by Tulika Publishers called Water Stories from Around the World. So it's an anthology and a beautifully produced anthology, very nice illustrations, and it's about the folk tales and mythology from about water, and from different countries. So not just from India, but from all over the world. So I think it would be nice, seasonally appropriate today as well, and in this weather, to read about water and and it's done very nicely, and it's shot it out with them. And then a fun activity for that would be, because you're going around the world, so you can do an around the world activity, which is make a paper mache globe. So kids love to get messy, and I love to get messy. So I found this activity online, which is basically you blow up a balloon and then you paper mache it into the form of a globe, and then you wait for it to dry and paint it as a globe. You can help them paint continents. If they're old enough, they can paint the continents themselves. And then whatever countries are mentioned in the book, perhaps you could take in the flag, you can maybe color or print out the flag or an element from the story and stick it in the appropriate place, which would be fun, I think. And or else you could just listen to songs from that country. I was looking for a few songs which would be fun, and I just think reading while listening to music is really nice, and my students love it. They love to sing and dance. And recipes, if you're really adventurous in the kitchen, maybe you pick up a snack from that country, or any easy snack that maybe your kid can also sit with you and help you make, and that would be also be fun, I think. And can I say a non-fiction book as well, because I'm a champion of non-fiction. So there's this book by Tulika Publishers called Dancing Bees. It's written by Ranjit Lal, and it's basically facts about certain insects, and it's written in this really funny way, and it has fun illustrations as well, not too intimidating. So this would be, I think, for about 6 to 8 year olds. I think they'd have fun. So what you can do is, after reading the book, you could make an I Spy jar. This is a really cool thing that I found online, which is basically take a big jar, plastic, and fill it with rice, and then cut out insects that are maybe mentioned in the book, or just insects all over, because in the monsoon all sorts of bugs come out. So you can maybe cut pictures of the monsoon bugs and put them in the jar for the kids to find, and then they have to just shake the jar and look for the insects. Once they make a list of all the insects they find, so this will keep them busy forever, because kids love things that are new. And then once they find all the insects, they can make up an insect of their own. So they have identified the parts of an insect, which is legs and eyes, and so they can make a monster insect if they want, and just basically make a new thing. Yes?
Yeah. Are there any online resources that parents can access?
Yes, my favorite one, who has actually given me the idea for all this, basically to think of books to make them come alive. There's a website called playingbythebook.net. Playing bythebook.net. It's this British mum who has 2 daughters, and she does the most wonderful things with books, and so she's basically been my inspiration to actually make books so exciting, because I don't have kids, but I do this with my students, and they have a lot of fun. So I have yes.
Okay, lovely. That's wonderful. I think we are about, reaching the end of our hangout. I can't find Mansi online, so I'm just gonna just quickly gonna share some more books for the 4 to 7 age group. This is my favorite guy, Anthony Horowitz. He writes these really funny book about the Diamond Brothers, who are these detectives, and they're actually not 7 and up also. They're great, they're quirky, and they're very silly. And this is Natasha Sharma's History Mystery series. That's another great series. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. That's a good one. Uma Krishnaswamy. She's not very well known, but she's lovely. And this book, Uncle and Me, was it was the Crossword Prize winner last year. Great book to have. And last but not the least, and I think your boys will like Roddy Doyle.
Okay.
He's written
Ah,
these
I
three
love
books
Roddy
about
Doyle.
this dog called Rover, and they are adorable. They're absolutely adorable, and I highly recommend
And
these
he's really
books, basically.
funny.
Yeah, they're very funny, and I mean the chapters do what they like, and the characters do what they like, and the author's always trying to get them in control, but he's unable to do it. So very evolved, fun writing, basically. So get Roddy Doyle's Rover books, good books, basically. Okay, so that's as much as I have now. If anybody has anything to share, we'd love to hear recommendations from you. Questions: how do I get my kid to read? Are there any activities we can do? Uh, please feel free to share those things with us. Anybody, any questions?
I just wanted to say that I'll share the links on the Kids Stop Press blog because I'm sure like parents might have time to go through the books because
Yeah.
the internet is a marvelous resource. You just Google a theme, but I'm going to share the links that I found about the books.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining,
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure Mansi will be able to, give the link so that people can watch it later. Sachi, I hope you had a good time,
Oh,
and,
absolutely. Thank you so much.
and thank you for joining in, and
Thank
hope
you.
to see you guys soon. Yeah. Okay. Now
Bye.
the amazing thing is I have no idea how to get off the Hangout.
Neither
There's a
do
li-
I.
there's a
We're
red
gonna need
button at the
Mansi for
bottom,
that.
I
So
think.
until then, I'm gonna sit here and try and look pretty. Okay.
I think we can just log out. Just
Take
click
your
the back
bookmarks
button.
or something. Sit.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna cover the screen with books. So come on, I'm gonna need my kids' help.
Lubaina, you can just click on the screen and click exit.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So where do I put the comments?